Hello, it's 3 p.m. on September 15th, 2020, and welcome to this Hurricane Sally update. You can see here is the latest satellite image of Hurricane Sally. Uh, and it still looks fairly healthy, but it has weakened a little bit, and the reason why I think is because it's barely moving. So let's take a look at the latest on Hurricane Sally, and we're not even going to talk about the other storms. We're just going to be focusing on Sally in this update. So, Hurricane Sally inching its way toward the northern Gulf Coast, and I mean inching. Historic, life-threatening flooding likely along portions of the northern Gulf Coast. So its location is 29.2 north, 88.2 west, about 60 miles east of the mouth of the Mississippi River, about 105 miles south of Mobile, Alabama. Maximum sustained winds have come down to 80 miles an hour, and it's because it's sitting in the same spot, so it's actually, the water's actually cooling off because it's moving so slow. Moving northwest at 2 miles an hour, barely moving. Minimum central pressure 982 millibars or 29.00 inches. And we have the hurricane force winds extending outward up to 45 miles in the center, and the tropical storm force winds extending outward up to 125 miles in the center. And right, like I said, it's barely moving. It's barely moving. So let's take a look at our warning cone here. And you can see it could still strengthen as it moves inland more, as it moves, maybe gets over some warmer water. Moving northwest to basically almost stalled out. And right now it looks like New Orleans is going to avoid. They just have tropical storm warning. So New Orleans got off lucky. It's going to be Alabama, Mississippi, and parts of the Florida Panhandle that get hammered by this one. Looking at the current conditions around Sally, you can see here some winds gusting up to 40, 50 miles an hour right along the coast. So it's starting. It's going to slowly ramp up into the evening tonight. The highest we can find is this oil platform here with a south-southwest wind at 73, gusting to 87 miles an hour. So that's pretty impressive right there. We're looking at the current observation from Mobile. They've got a northeast wind at 46, gusting to 50. I want to look at the radar for Mobile so you get an idea of what this looks like on the radar. There it is. You can see it right here. I still think this thing could strengthen again. A very unpredictable situation because it's moving so slowly. What a storm this is, and it's just starting. And like I said, the main thing is going to be flooding and rainfall with this. But there's also the wind too, and you can see the wind is just going to pile. Let me just get my drawing up here. Get the idea. It's just going to pile the water up. So you're going to have the fresh water from the rain and then the storm surge too coming in. Alright. That could affect this whole area. And like I said, Mobile, Biloxi is going to be, Pensacola perhaps, are going to be dealing with the brunt. Again, here's a look at it on the satellite. And here is the wider view of the satellite. You can see here's Sally in the center. Still looking pretty healthy in my opinion. You can see all the smoke. Here it is. All the smoke that we're dealing with here. I'll draw it on the thing here. Clear this out. Here's the smoke right here. So we're coming right up. You can kind of see where the jet stream is by looking at that. And the problem is the jet stream hasn't dived far enough south, so got this ridge in the west and the smoke is just coming right up at us. Here's Sally. Alright. Here's Paulette. And here's all the smoke. So we'll get another closer look at our satellite here. Let me get this out of the way. So you get a closer idea of, again, all the smoke we're dealing with. And it's very hazy out there. And I actually think I'm smelling it too in the air, believe it or not. The air quality is not, even though it's cool and it's dry, it's not comfortable. The air quality is not good. It feels like there's a lot of stuff in it. It feels like I'm smelling something in the air too. So just to give you a brief look at our weather, it's 67 with a dew point of 46. So very comfortable out there. It's just very smoky, unfortunately. But that's going to be it for this brief update. Take care, and I'll have a much longer update later, talking about Sally, the other storms, and maybe we're going to see an end of this smoke. Take care.